questions in English to begin with.
Two questions. How's the ankle and how's the head?
Don't ask that. I was like, after the match, I was feeling like how many years I didn't falling down in the court. I mean, it was amazing today. It was like twice on the court. Even at that point, I was maybe like 5%. I was falling down again. I was like, what are you doing on the court, like juniors?
So did you feel like you were in a very good position at that time?
I mean, yeah, without falling down, I was feeling pretty good. I mean, it's a very tough match, She's #1 defending champion, so yeah. I think today in like important game, she was play better than me, so that's why she can win the title.
Could you feel that the bulk of the stadium was behind you tonight? Most of the people were behind you tonight?
Yeah. I can hear a lot of Chinese fans. Yeah, and also I can see them with the China national flag to everywhere. I was feeling like, oh, looks like China Open,
Have you ever had a crowd that big in your favor before? Have you felt that?
I think if in China Open, yeah, I can feel it that. But I think in Melbourne, I don't know, like, I think more and more. Like maybe before, not like this much, but I was worried about next year, So, but it's good. It's good news for all the China players.
It seemed like after the loss in 2011, you were a little more happy. After this one, it seemed like maybe some more tears.
Because I'm not falling down 2 years ago, right? It's different story. So of course I was feeling, how to say, I really feeling. I wish I can win the title because this is my favorite Grand Slam. But the second time I was in the final and twice I was lost the match. So feeling a little bit. Of course I was feeling a little bit sad.
Now there was a controversy in the semifinal between Sloane Stephens and Victoria about medical timeouts. So when you were having your medical timeouts,
Hey, listen, I'm a real injury, okay? Everyone can saw that. I mean,
did this go through your head a little bit?
no, come on. I mean, I was a real person, so don't try to do that. Like before the match, I was like, maybe I call because I was making a joke for the physio. I said, maybe I call you on the court, and she said, don't do that. And yeah, when I was spraining the ankle, she was coming. I said, hey, look, I call you, right? So I mean, for me, if I was really injured, I will call the physio. If not, I will never call the physio. Hello.
Okay, we'll start with English, please.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You must be very happy with obviously a long, tough match, and you had to deal with quite a bit out there with the injury timeouts and the fireworks. So how do you feel right now, after an hour after the match?
I feel really happy right now. It's been a long match. It's been a tough match. Lena was absolutely playing great tennis. Unfortunate things that happened to her, but that's sport. I'm just happy that everything I went through, I still could manage to give my best and really come out there and try to focus on my game and play tennis that I can produce, and that's the thing that I love to do, is to compete.
In the circumstances, do you actually perhaps derive greater satisfaction from retaining the title than you actually did winning it the first time last year?
I don't know, it's a completely different mix of feelings. This one is way more emotional, and it's gonna be extra special for me for sure. So I never compare my wins or losses ever, and any tournaments is just a matter of the feeling that you get, the things you've been through, because you're the only one who knows what you've been going through these 2 weeks. So it's definitely an emotional one, and it's gonna be a special. But to defend the title, it's a different one for sure.
You said at the very start that you learned to become a better player and a better person out of what you've been through. You said just before about being honest. Is that what you're talking about when you say being a better person? What exactly are you sort of saying when you say that?
When I came first on the tour, everybody, I kind of was lost a little bit. I didn't know how to open up my personality. It's very difficult when you're alone. I was independent since I was 10 years old. I went first time to the States when I was 10 years old. So it was a little bit scary, and I wouldn't show my personality. So the whole couple of years, I learned how to open up to people and to share the moments with them, and to how to talk to you guys as well. I wasn't really good before. I hope I got better. It's your judgment, but that's my thing, is to show the personality that I really have, outside the court as well. Because on the court, I'm really focused, I'm really determined, and I'm gonna do the job that I have, and I'm gonna have the face that I have, and I'm gonna be the way that I have to be the best tennis player. But of course, I'm a different person a little bit.
Thank you.
Thank you.
First question, please.
Andy, did you feel that if you were going to win it, you were going to have to win it quicker than you won the US Open, given the physical demands of your semi-final?
No, I mean, you never know. I think it was extreme. The third set was very competitive. A lot of the games that I lost in the fourth set as well were pretty tight games, and I was getting like quite a few love 15s, 15-30s, love 30s, and I just couldn't quite capitalise on my chances on his serve, and that was a disappointing part. But I mean, obviously when you go 2 sets to 1 down, you really need to get off to a good start at the beginning of the fourth set, because most of the guys at the top of the game, when they get a lead and momentum, it's tough to stop them. Like in the second set with me, I played a good second set. I created quite a few chances and didn't quite get them, but that was the difference.
Could you tell us what happened to your toe, Andy, and if it restricted you in any way?
It's just pretty large blister, which, I mean, you get them some. I mean, in the US Open final, I had 2 black toenails. So I mean, it happens often, especially when you're doing that much running.
Andy, would it be fair to say you were more upbeat after this than you were after your other losses here?
Well, I mean, there's going to be some obvious reasons for me feeling a little bit better. Having, I mean, the last few months have been the best tennis of my life. I mean, I made Wimbledon final, won the Olympics, won the US Open, and was close here as well. I mean, it was close. So, I know no one's ever won a slam. The immediate one after winning their first one, it's not the easiest thing to do, and I got extremely close. So, I have to try and look at the positives of the last few months, and I think I'm going in the right direction. It was the first time I'd beaten Roger in a slam over 5 sets. I think I dealt with the situations and the ebbs and flows in that match well, and I felt much more comfortable on the court today than even I did at the US Open, so that has to be a positive.
Andy,
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Questions in English first, please. Who'd like to start?
Last year, no, you were in here about 4 in the morning. This is a good time to finish, I guess. Was
relatively early here.
Relatively early. How hard was that match anyway for you tonight?
It's hard. I mean, when you play one of your biggest rivals and somebody that is in the top form and finals of a Grand Slam, there is a lot to play for. I think it went 2 hours 20 minutes the first two sets, so I think that says enough about the intensity of the match, and I kind of expected that. You know, I knew that it's going to be physically very demanding and a lot of long rallies, so I needed to hang in there. I've done that. There was a few, I think, turning points in the match. Maybe one of them was second game of the second set when I was love 40 against the Breeze. He missed a few shots and I managed to have that crucial hold. And after that, I felt just mentally a little bit lighter and more confident on the court than I've done in the first hour or so.
Noel, do you think you are the funniest guy in players nowadays? Because also
Do you think?
I also heard from like some ball kids, they said that you are always in humor and say thank you in Chinese, and I noticed that you say hello to Zheng Jie in the press conference in Chinese too.
Yeah.
So I just want to know what is your life philosophy, kind of with so much humor.
Well, it's tough to find a rational answer for that question, but only thing I can say is that I try to enjoy what I do, and every moment of the life that I have is a blessing. So, you know, there's so many athletes and professional tennis players around the world because it's such a global sport that they want to be the best in what they do. They want to succeed, and many of them they don't succeed in the end. So I'm fortunate to have this opportunity and to succeed. And I mean, what else can you do but to be happy and try to bring that joy to the other people also around, especially in the tournaments. I mean, everybody has bad days, you know. I'm not always funny or laughing, and you know, and it's normal. But generally, I'm aware of the fact that it's an incredible trip for me, you know, being a professional tennis player.
Okay, before we switch to Serbia, Novak's got
Yes.
something to share.
First of all, I have to say, I don't know if you're informed or not. Leave that chocolate. I see you've been looking at it. I got the permission and to leave tonight. Actually, very early in the morning tonight, and not tomorrow. So I'm very sorry, and I apologize for not talking to you furthermore tomorrow. There is a little tradition that we try to initiate in World Tour Finals in London. At the end of the year, the last press conference, we gave chocolate to all the people who were in the press, and I want to start the year with the same thing, if you allow me, and let's keep it sweet.